Welcome to the session, Making Changes to Your Pattern While Using Dynamic Updates. In this session, you will learn how to use dynamic updates so you can make changes to your 2D pattern and automatically apply the changes in 3D. Dynamic updates is a powerful tool that can be used either before, during, or after simulation and allows you to make dynamic changes to your pattern in real time. With dynamic updates, you no longer have to refresh your 3D window after making changes to your pattern. Once Dynamic Updates is on, you can make your changes to your 2D pattern and then see the changes automatically in the 3D window. So let's begin. First, let's open up our pattern. Go to File, Open, and select your PDS file. Now, let's place our cloth. Let's first take a look at a few options we have to apply changes in 3D. Refresh. Refresh is the 3D window. This was the old way of applying changes. You first made your change in 2D, then refreshed to see the changes. Dynamic Updates. This will make changes to the pattern every time you make a change in 2D. Notice it is currently on. Once you place your cloth, Dynamic Updates will become enabled and by default will be on. Update All now. If you have a lot of changes that need to be made to your pattern and you do not want to slow down the work process, first turn Dynamic Updates off. Make the changes, and then press Update All now, and then all the changes will be made at once. So dynamic updates can be used either before, during, or after simulation. Let's see how it works before simulation. You can make geometrical changes to your pattern before simulation. Note, you cannot make geometrical changes to your pattern after simulation, as it changes the stitching. So let's shorten our dress. First, let's turn dynamic updates on. We are going to move all the points. Press Q on your keyboard. Select the segments. We will select both the front and back pieces. And now, let's move the points. Notice the dress was automatically shortened in the 3D window. You can make changes to your pattern via 3D properties. Most of the 3D properties are supported by dynamic updates. For more information about what is supported by dynamic updates, please see the online help. One interesting option you have is the Ignore option. This can be really useful when you want to make a change to a piece or when you want to add a piece to your pattern, for example, a collar. Let's first select the belt. Select both the front and back pieces. Now, in the 3D Properties dialog, select the Ignore checkbox. Now, let's simulate our dress. As you can see, the dress appears without the belt. Now, let's add the belt. Select the Ignore checkbox again. And now let's simulate again. Here you can see the belt. We've finished simulating our dress. Now, let's see how to change the resolution. This can be useful when we want to improve the quality of our 3D sample. Let's first turn on spring mode so we can see the size of the triangles. Now, let's change the resolution. From the Show Hide Model drop-down list, select Simplify Cloth to decrease the resolution. Notice the resolution value changed in the 3D properties. Let's zoom in to see our pattern. As you can see, the triangles are larger. Now let's increase the resolution by decreasing the value. Select Refine Cloth. Again, the value changed, and now we can see that the triangles are smaller. Now, let's see how to use dynamic updates after simulation. Let's see how to change a rigid part. Rigid parts can be used when you want to make your product more realistic. For example, when you want to add decorative stitches, accessories, buttons, etc. There are two types of rigid parts, button shapes and segment shapes. First, let's go to Stitch mode. Now select the button stitch. Let's select the middle button. In 3D Properties, you can see the button shape that was defined. Let's select another shape. Notice the change was automatically made in the 3D window. So as you can see, you can use dynamic updates either before, during, or after simulation when you want to make changes to your 2D pattern and view them in 3D at the same time. All you have to do is turn dynamic updates on, make your changes, and then view them live in 3D. Congratulations! You have successfully learned how to use dynamic updates in your pattern.